Let's talk about reviews. Not your review, not my review. Reviews of hotels. My darling wife and I live in a spacious home, which is right in line with what baby boomers are doing. Just this morning's Wall Street Journal let me know that an awful lot of baby boomers, just like Susie and and one of us was born in the late 40s, one in the early 50s, rather than downsizing about 12 years ago, 14 years ago, we bought a house about 2.5 times bigger than the house we used to have. Had raised kids in a little house, then bought a slightly bigger house, then went back to the little house. Now we have about a 3,200 square foot house with 4 really smart TVs, 2 couches, 2 love seats, about 9 different sitting areas, 2 different dining areas, 2 great rooms. And I can take my magic telephone if the TV is having a bad day and then project on from my Smarter Than Me phone into my Smarter Than Me TV phone or television. So my wife craves cooler weather. We live in Plano, Texas. It's kind of a warm place. Today it's only going to be about 94 or 5. Right now it's only 80 something, but if you stand out in the sun for a moment, you realize that OG Willikers, they take those temperatures in the shade, which is about 20 degrees cooler than it is in direct sunlight. We have a high UV day right now, meaning that in 11 minutes out in the sun, you too can get sunburned. Okay, getting on to the subject matter, reviews. Looking for a hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, which is a very pleasant place to visit. It's very close to the National Rocky Mountain National Forest, National Park. We have a little tag to get in national parks. Who knew you needed how to make a reservation? Anyway, we flew to Denver Airport, which is a pretty good sized airport. And picked up the bag that we checked in, and then went to budget rent-a-car. Well, you don't just go to budget rent-a-car like a normal airport. Instead, you catch a little tram to go to where first you walk over to where you catch the tram, which is really a bus, to get to the car rental place. And sadly, the budget one is the farthest away from where we came out of the airport. Made it, got on. A nice bus ride with very pleasant people, nice conversations. Get to budget, check in, paid extra for something called curbside return, meaning that when you get back, theoretically, you would drop off the car at the airport, take your bags off, and they take the car back to the budget rent-a-car area. Great. How did that work? Well, once we checked in budget, they said go to the tent and pick out a car. So it turned out they had 2 tents, and God bless us, we went to the wrong tent. Then we went to the other tent, and then we had rented one kind of car, and they said, well, which one do you want? I said, which one are we supposed to get? I said, well, just pick one out. Just pick one out. Not making that up. Okay. So we picked out a small SUV, which turned out to be a Dodge Hornet. Dodge Hornet was very good when it came to the electronics in terms of picking up the Etch-a-Sketch, which is the maps thingamajig on my telephone. Then we discovered the drive from the Denver airport to Estes Park has lots of curves going up the mountain. I mean, lots of curves going up the mountain. We eventually got to the little motel-looking place in Estes Park, Colorado, which was the Estes Mountain Inn. The Estes Mountain Inn had a rating of 9 out of 10. Now, you see me smile like that, sarcastically, because a friend of mine said to me, you got to ask yourself, who did the rating? And your standards might be a little bit different than most other people's standards. And I've had a decent career in my lifetime as a certified public accountant and a certified financial planner and a wealth manager, and been investing since I was a little kid. And I drive a Porsche Cayenne S, which is an SUV, sport utility vehicle, and a convertible, which is by Mercedes Benz, which is an S550 Cabriolet. Two swell cars. And Susie has an EXL Honda Coupe, which she likes just fine, except it's a little too big for her. We have, like I said earlier, 4 smart TVs. Checked in the hotel, not hotel, motel. People couldn't have been any nicer. They told us where we needed to go. We had to figure out the little electronic key. Turned out a little blue ring. Actually opened the door. Walked in, 2 steps in, you realized it was a king-size bed, a miniature TV, which was not smart at all. And it was hooked up to something called Direct TV, which I guess is a disc. And the sink was in the same room as the bed. A little WC off the room as well. Kind of a small room. You could kind of sort of see mountains when you looked out the front window, which was just fine. But television really didn't get anything. Plus, there was really no place to sit. There were a couple of hard office type chairs, but not office chairs, just like hard sitting chairs. No couch, no desk of any kind to do any work on. So what I do with my computer is I put it on the shelf where the television was and did some work standing up. Plus I went out to their playground, and yes, they had a playground, and did some work out there too in a podcast interview. That hotel was one of the highest rated hotels in Estes Park. No exaggeration, 9 out of 10. One day for breakfast, we wandered over to a Holiday Inn Select, which, gee willikers, was a nice, modern facility with a wonderful breakfast. And they were so nice on the 4th of July that they said, oh, breakfast is on us. And we thought, I'm not sure how that happened, but thank you very much. Then we went across the street to a American Legion Hall. Beautiful place. They were having a little car show, and I like cars. We did the car show. And later in the day, we took a walk along the River Walk, which was an absolute delight. Later in the day, we went to a place called Amber Restaurant, which was wonderful. And it was in an upscale luxury hotel that overlooked Estes Lake. And no, they didn't have any openings. So what's the takeaway from all this? One, you kind of sort of have to assess, determine, rather than guess, who the heck's writing these reviews, and what are their standards versus your standards. Lucky for me, when I was a little kid, my cousin Angelo said to me, you better study hard in school, because it's going to be expensive to be you. A real smart guy that was high up in RCA back when RCA was a very profitable company. I said, what do you mean? He said, okay, you're a senior in high school. You already smoke good cigars. You drink good liquor. You like pretty girls. And you're driving a sports car. It's going to be expensive to be you. So you kind of sort of want to make sure that the people who are reviewing whatever it is they're reviewing have the same socioeconomic standards that you do. If your idea of a backup car is a 2003 Jaguar XJR R1, which is like a beautiful race car limousine looking thing, which really handles well, goes fast, and is really a fabulous car. I owned that for a couple of years, just for fun. And if you're used to comfortable places to sit, a smart TV that you can actually tune in with your smarter than you telephone, make sure to give the folks a call and say, gee, describe your hotel to me, or describe your motel to me. Tell me what people really liked about it and what people really didn't like about it. And then kind of sort of go from there. And biggest takeaway from all that is if you can't find a place that actually meets your expectations or your needs or what it is how you define comfort, you might want to turn down your air conditioner if it's hot and you can afford to, and treat yourself to a fabulous dinner or have it delivered to you. This is John Checki, co-founder of Checki Financial. And if you like this video, thank you very much. Please hit like and subscribe. Have fun, be well, see you sooner and later.